Ladies! Hi guys, welcome back to a chatty life update. Makeup, get ready with me, talk about what's been going on in this thing that we call life. I've got some notes. Look at me, notes, just because I think I've got ADHD. I don't like to talk about it. Probably haven't, but I just yeah, get really distracted and start talking about one thing, and then I'll talk about another thing, and then I'll talk about another thing, and my computer just unslept itself. Oh, everything's moving. Sleep. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I don't want this to be too long because I tried to film this, as a lot of you will know, and it all went wrong. And with all the timing, the voice was out of sync and stuff like that, and I couldn't fix it. So I'm filming now. I'm going to do the same makeup look that I did a couple of days ago because a few of you were saying that you liked it. I'm a mess. Oh, I'm a real mess. I don't know what I'm doing. Let me just grab a clip. Put my hair up for a sec, so I'm really not sure what it's all doing. I think I look like someone's mum, like Matilda's mum or something. Let's get into it then. So first things first, life updates. How have you all been? We're still in lockdown here in the UK, and this pandemic, maybe it should have been something else. By the way, I'll link all the products in the description bar down below rather than talking about them, but I'm just using my favourites really, and I'll tell you about anything that I really love at the moment. So yeah, everything's been going well actually, up until a couple of weeks ago when I found out, oh no, let's fast forward. What am I talking about? No, a couple of weeks ago I was doing my uni assignment. So I don't know if you know, I'm in the last year of a degree apprenticeship. So I work full time as a quantity surveyor, and I'm doing a quantity surveying degree apprenticeship, and that means that this is my last year, so I'm just doing like assignments, uni work, and my dissertation is also due very soon. So a few weeks ago I was spending like all my time doing that and just getting my head down last minute as always. And yeah, love this primer. And as a primer, it's the Hollywood Flawless Filter. If you don't know, you should. And that was really hard. I had a bit of a mental breakdown, and as we all do, I was uni students, we're ever so dramatic, and I just felt like my life was ending and I couldn't do anything, and yeah, it was all going tits up Pete Tong. So I had a bad time basically. There we go. I'm not gonna try and talk about it too much more because that's about it. My uni work was done and I didn't do any of my normal stuff around the house. I wasn't cleaning, I wasn't cooking, didn't spend any time with Marcus. Yeah, my mental health goes out the window when uni assignments are due basically, which is a really terrible way to live. But apparently it's the only way I can do things because diamonds are made under pressure and all that is all, you know. So that was then, and then just when they were finished and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get back into YouTube, gonna get back into Instagram, because I just go AWOL when this stuff happens, which is a really great way to deal with things. Are you with me on this? I keep saying why? Go AWOL, and I really wanted to get back into Instagram and YouTube and just enjoy my life. And then I found out that my poor 90-year-old grandma has had a suspected stroke. The doctors didn't know what would happen to her, but she basically wasn't able to move the left-hand side of her body, but her face was still fine. And then my family basically told us like things aren't good, we're having to carry her to the toilet, we're having to just help her eat. She's not able to move her arm anymore at all. She's always had a few like joint problems for the last sort of 13 years. A little bit of background, she is 90. My grandma passed away 13 years ago. She was so in love with him that she stopped going up to their bedroom to sleep after he died and basically just slept on a sofa and sat on a sofa. I am adamant that her life ended basically then, which is the saddest thing ever. She stopped going out to see friends, family, stopped doing things. She just stayed on this sofa all day long, and slowly her bones and joints and everything started to disintegrate and just become worse, really deteriorate, and her health has just got worse over that time too. And it's so sad. We call her my Yaya because she's my little Greek grandma. She's my mum's mum. And when we found out about this happening to her, obviously we've been in a pandemic and I've not seen her for like 8 months, I think it was at this point. And we were on FaceTime and she basically said like that I don't love her, that she misses me, that I mustn't care about her because I've not been to see her. And like people try and explain to her in Greek like there's a pandemic, yeah, this is happening and we can't come legally. But then because of the situation with her health and the fact she isn't able to move, and all my aunties are really not in a position where they can lift her and stuff, and she really needed help to be cared for, and no permanent carer arrangements been in place yet, and she's got like arrangements for physio to come and help with this situation, but for the meantime she really wasn't able to like get out and about and be lifted. So this is a new product, by the way, I'm really excited to use. I'm just going to put some on my lips to keep them moist. So I thought about, whilst I'm working from home, going to care for her for a little while until something more permanent can be put in place, and with my brother as well, because we're both stronger and younger, we can lift and carry her. So I spoke to Marcus about it. He was like, yeah, sure, go, like see what the rules are and go. We looked on the Gov website says it's all good, go. End of life care and caring for elderly people are included. If you know, if there's no other option, you can travel. So we made sure we were not breaking any rules. Obviously I contacted work, all of that was done, did everything as properly as I could. Went to stay with her for from Tuesday last week and came home on Monday. And yeah, things didn't get better, but they didn't get worse either. She's now stopped having solid foods, but other than that, you know, it's just a case of she is so tired and she's so done. And yeah, what can you do when someone is just adamant that they don't want to be here anymore? I don't know how much you can help them, but yeah, so when we were there, we were lifting her, taking her to the toilet, helping her as much as possible. She's got some bed sores, so we were trying to help with that. We were just, yeah, doing that, and things that have not, what's the word, got worse, but they're not improving yet either. So she's got physio next Monday and carers hopefully will be arranged as well. And yeah, we just had to come home because I had a dentist appointment, so I'm still calling her regularly to check in, and it's obviously still hard, but I'm just trying to put my practical head on and just be like, okay, you know, she's old and that's the situation. Like she's old. What can you do when someone's old? Their body breaks down, and that's about it. Like, she's lived such a full life up until when my granddad passed away, and then her life stopped. So why does she want to stay here? Like, I want her to be here so she can be there for my children and all the other lovely things that you want your grandparents around for. But if she doesn't want to be here, what, do you know what I mean? And obviously things have been so hard during this pandemic with everybody's families. Everyone's been affected. Everybody. There's not a single one of us who hasn't been affected in some way in our families or amongst our friends by this, and not being able to see people. So it's, you know, I'm not sitting here trying to tell anyone that this is the right way to deal with it, and if your family members are ill or whatever, go and see them. But if it's safe to do so and it meets the guidelines and you're really struggling at the moment, you can get support and you can, you know, go and see people if that's the only option that you have. So yeah, always feel free to reach out to me if you've got any issues, or if, you know, if you feel I can help in any way, and I will always be here for you. And yeah, we'll get through this together. Hopefully Yaya improves. If not, then it will be what will be, and she'll be happy to be reunited with my Paul, my granddad, and that's that really. These are not going to go as nicely as they did the other day, are they? They're not going to be twins nor sisters. They're just going to be bloody weird and massive. I've not done my eyebrows since March. How bad is that? I've just let them be bushy as heck. They're really not even nearly alike, but what are we going to do about it? Nothing. What you gonna do about it? Nothing. Okay, so then we're just going to put some brow gel through them now. Oh, there's a cat coming. Okay, so life update. Next life update, coming home to go to the dentist. Now, I have a video coming really soon. I'm just editing it to make it like nice to watch at the moment because it's a bit all over the place. And it's basically just like a full update on Invisalign, what is Invisalign, what I'm having done, process of getting it, all that jazz. And yeah, hopefully it will be good, and that's going to be coming really soon. But for now, we're at week 14. These are my teeth. I went to see Dr. Israel, my dentist, who is the most incredible man and dentist, and just told him like what's going on. I'm getting a little bit of purging happening around here, so my skin's not the best right now, but I don't want to sound like every other YouTuber in the world, but we move. Yeah, so I've still got a lisp, but 14 weeks in and I'm still not fully unlisped. And again, saying I'm so sorry, this is just not entertaining at all for you to watch, is it? Please stop it, mate. Dr. Israel said, Sav, mate, you, he did not say that. He basically told me I haven't got 100% of the results that we were hoping for, but we're at like 90% maybe. He didn't exactly use those words, but basically we've just got some twisting here that hasn't totally been done right, and this tooth needs to move over a little bit. So we're nearly there, but this bridge, which is a fake tooth, is actually in the way of the twisting a little bit. So we're going to hopefully fix that, but we will just have to wait and see what happens next. But the update guys, so for many of you who will not know, this tooth is fake, and I have had a fake tooth since I was 13 years old, because I had my tooth pulled out because I have a condition that 1 in 1,000 people have, where you are born without an adult tooth here above, and also most people have it on this side, but I randomly just had it on one side, and my canine grew here, so my baby tooth was over that side, and they were literally like the wrong way around. So in order to fix it with braces and make it look normal, they pulled the baby tooth out, moved my canine back, which is why it's trying to twist back. So I had to have the braces first to move everything back where it should be, and now I'm in my 14th week of that, and I went for the Invisalign light option, which I'll talk more about in the other video. And then yes darling, you wanna play? Who are you talking to? My friends. Yeah, so the Invisalign light option has put my teeth in a nicer position. My smile is a bit wider than it used to be. My teeth look so yellow right now. But yeah, there's still like a little bit to do. But the next step is to get an implant, because I've got a bridge here at the moment, and I think that the bridge looks really fake. Like you can see here that there's no teeth in the gum. So the idea is to get something put there, which is the most sustainable option, and it, in terms of like the longevity of your teeth. But it's complex surgery, and you need to have a certain amount of jawbone left for the implant to be put into. It's a titanium rod that goes in your jaw, and basically I have had no tooth for 13 years, and unfortunately my tooth jaw situation has gone. So the way I described it the other day, efficient or not efficient, I don't know. This is the tooth, and say this is there, and the jaw sits like this, and all the teeth are in the jaw, and when the tooth comes out, the jaw just goes, I'm not needed anymore, and it sort of just disappears, and it starts to like degrade and become nothing. So that is what has happened essentially there. My jaw has decided to piss off, and I now need some bone grafting, bone regeneration surgery to make it possible for me to have an implant, which was a big shock. And I found that out on Monday by having a CT scan with Dr. Israel, and he was wonderfully positive and just explained what my steps are to have this sorted, and that is to do the bone grafting. Darling, you're very annoying. Oh, she's trapped herself in. One sec. Sorry, I was just checking it was all still filming and stuff because I don't want what's happened the other day to happen again. So, oh God, I can't remember what I was saying either. We are going to have bone regeneration grafting surgery done, and that will be happening at the end of March. It's going to cost me around £600, and it may or may not work, is the big news. It's got an 80% chance of working, 20% chance of not working, whichever way you want to look at it. Look, we're going to be positive here. I don't know if any of you guys have got fake teeth or teeth missing and you also have to go through something like this, but I just think as a 26-year-old girl to be like, girl, basically a woman now, what? Can we just talk about something? Like, why do none of us know what is going on? Like, we all are expected to behave like adults and know what we're doing with our lives. This is a bad idea. Last time I did this, it moved all my makeup. And I said this last time, but it actually went well last time. I just need a really buffy brush like this one. Yeah, what is it like? People my age are having children. Like, they are responsible adults and everyone will look to them to know what they're doing with their lives. But really, we're all just winging it. We don't really have a clue what we're doing. We're all going to each other for advice. Like, help me, I'm an adult, but I don't know what I'm doing. And that is... why is that our lives? Like, nothing actually happens. No one actually grows up. I expect it to feel very different now than I did when I was 18, but nope. Literally exactly the same, which is great. People were really keen on this eye look, so I'm going to use this really gorgeous palette, which is the Zoeva Spice of Life palette. I'm going to do some very pretty eye. It's just taking 3 shades. We're going to use this, well, 4, I guess, because we're going to take this all over the lid, like no conscious anything at all. We're just going to literally take it and just go like that. Like, yeah, sorry, my point about adults are not actually having a clue. That's fine, that's done now. I've made the point. And then just maybe a bit more of a buffy brush, because that one was a bit so firm. And I don't want any creasing, so this is just going to get rid of my creasing and make it so that everything goes on nicely on top of that. And then I'm just going to take this brush and take this colour and just go like that, just like make an arch. Do make the rainbow. Anyway, yeah, so I'm an adult now apparently, and I have to, you know, I bought a house nearly 3 years ago, but I still feel like a child. And it's okay, because we all do. Let's just be honest about that. We all don't have a clue what's going on and feel like children. And now we've established that, having no tooth for a long time is really hard, and I feel like it's the sort of thing that, even though I have this bridge here and I've had it since I was like 14, 15, every room I walk into and start talking to someone, the first thing I notice about people is their smile. So then I think, oh my god, they're looking at her mouth and they can see that, why is this tooth grey? Why is their teeth shining through? And actually, guys, I think it's only fair that oh, this is going to be gross. Oh, so sorry, it's so spitty. My teeth look so nice with the aligners in, I think. It just makes them look bigger and like chunkier, and they do fill out my mouth. They look so yellow, what? But this is actually what they look like. And I think that this tooth is a lot more obvious when I don't have my aligners in. So we're nearly there. You can see that it's just these bits. This side is nice and smooth and like it all works. We've also got some whitening coming and things like that, but let's talk about the bone grafting, right? So the bone grafting is major, like not major surgery. They're not putting me to sleep. They're just going to do local anaesthetic in my mouth, and then they're going to take the gum up, cut it open, put some what's called bios, I think, like bone material in my mouth, which is a combination, and they're going to take some bone from elsewhere in my jaw, and then they're going to put it together, put it inside insert it into the bone, and then put the gum, jaw, mouth back together. It's going to cause a lot of bruising and a lot of swelling. So you guys, you know, I want to show you what the reality of that is, but it will be gory and it will be unpleasant, and I don't want to bother anyone with that. But then I also think, like, if that's the reality of it, then that's the reality of it. I just take this chocolatey shade to be a bit more precise with this chocolatiness and just put it like in this outer section there, you see, just like that. So yeah, that is basically my updates. I'm going to have a bruised face for a while after I have the surgery done, which is at the end of March, and I'd like to share it with you. So if you guys want to see it, please let me know, so then I can share it and not be worried about like scaring anybody, because that's the last thing I want to do. And yeah, I've not done my makeup anywhere as quickly, but I also have spoken a lot less because I went into a lot more detail last time, but it was all wrong anyway, so it was all messed up, I mean, the video. Oh my god, the cat is on a mad one. Does anyone else's cat just like go mad after a certain time? Don't really know what's happening with her. She's just bonkers. Yeah, so we've just done a little smoke, you know, real basic, real simple. And then I just take a flat brush like this, and I took this Fortuitous Moments shade and just did this with it. Oh my god, look how pretty that is. Look at that. But yeah, I think that covers everything. Let me just refer to my notes like an adult. This is an unedited video, by the way. I'm not editing it. I have my dissertation to do. My plan is due at on the 8th of March, and it is not started yet. And then the dissertation, I have to do all my research and stuff between the 8th of March and the early August. So I really want to give you content, but I'm just telling you now, it's not going to be my best stuff, because I'm not going to be able to cut out all those awkward moments where I mess up my words, and like usually they take me a while to work through and like make sure I'm not talking crap, but I don't have the ability now. Last time I used this I looked like an actual clown, but we're just going to roll with it, because I'm just going to show you this Glossier cow paint, how nicely it actually ends up looking. How nicely it ends up looking. How nice it ends up looking even when you've initially applied it and you think, what the hell have I done to myself? It all works out all right at the end of the night. And it's just really natural looking. Look at me. Look at me. Been to the beach each, and let's do an orange nose, because whoa girl. Love an orange nose. Just gonna do that. And then we just, I did way too much. And then I'm just going to take this brush again and just go over it like that. Dull it down a little bit. We want to look fresh and rosy, but not, you know, not too rosy. There we go. Just pat it in. I'm liking this so far. I'm going to my favourite highlighter. Is there anything else to update you on? No, basically it. I'm so proud, guys. I think you'd be proud of me too. I have actually planned content. What? Who am I? Do I think I'm a YouTuber or an Instagrammer or something? I don't know, but I was basically sick of never having anything to upload picture-wise and just thinking all my pictures were crap, and I was like, it's just not good. This highlighter, oh my god, if you like a highlighter that looks like you're not wearing anything, but you are, this is so beautiful. It's the Clinique Chubby Stick in Hefty Highlight, and I got mine for a bargain from the cosmetics company store, which I know I go on about all the time. You guys will be like pissed off with that, but it's just so beautiful. Actually, take it on your fingers and just dab it like that. Oh my god, it's glowing, so glowing. Put some here, why not? Try not to move everything else underneath it. Oh, I can feel a spot coming there. What is that then? I feel like I've got no coverage today, which is a bit unusual, because usually this foundation covers very well. And then I'm just going to colour my lashes. In fact, let's put some lippy on now. What was I talking about? Yeah, I've planned my content, so I've basically been taking pictures all year so far and not uploading, which is really annoying. I guess I just didn't know what to upload. This lip pencil is very small. Bear with, bear with. Oh yeah, I'm not liking that coverage. Ooh, what have I done? This doesn't look as good as yesterday. Oh, I'm so itchy. Yeah, and so I just used an app called Preview and just put all my pickies in there. And then this is so pretty. I love this. This is my favourite lipstick ever now. I used to love Velvet Teddy by MAC. I still do, but it's just that this one is just the richest, like, sexiest colour, I think. But it also looks like, what have I done? Do I mind being such a failure? Why? Why today, Savannah? Yes, the other day it actually went really nicely. Just do that. Well, it still ain't gonna look good, but I'm just gonna go over with some lip gloss anyway. Oh yeah. That's better. Well, kind of. Always goes in my teeth. Yeah, oh, I really can't remember what I was saying now. This is what happens to me. Yeah, brilliant. This is entertaining, isn't it? Just watching me curl a lash. Dissertation will be doing, done. All that jazz. I used this today, the scalp salicylic acid exfoliating scalp treatment, and I tried to do 5 minutes of a workout, which I might insert for you, which was absolute piss poor, and I couldn't do it. I couldn't breathe. It was really difficult. I have forgotten to pick up a mascara. Maybe I'll edit that bit out because, you know, no one actually wants to see a blank chair. This mascara is so nice. It's just like a nice basic. It just really gets everything looking beautiful. Your lashes look long and not too thick, which is what I like. Just look natural and not too spidery, but lifted. I don't know if it's worth like £13 or whatever I paid for it, but that's kind of what all mascaras are nowadays, isn't it? Do you remember when like Max Factor used to be a £5? Now they're like 10 quid at least. Oh, yeah. Bottom lashes, nearly done. All updated. Hope that didn't take too long. Hope you still love me. So sorry this took so long to upload. I think you're amazing. Thank you so much for all your love and support last week when I really needed it with anything like my nan. I hope you understand why I took the actions that I took and that I was doing everything within the guidelines, and that you should do the same if you can. You know, if you are needed by any of your family members, remember that, you know, your family comes first, you come first, make sure that you're okay. And yeah, if you need me or anything at all, I'm here. And my brows, oh shit. Great, thanks very much. I hope that you enjoyed this update. I love you so much thanks for being there for me. I've made such amazing friends over the platforms, Instagram and YouTube, in the last year or two, and I could not be happier or more grateful for you all. So thank you very much, and I will see you in the next video, which will hopefully be very, very soon.